Human trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery, that there are men and women and children in the world that are being held in bondage.
There are 40 million people enslaved in human trafficking around the world, and over 70% are in sex slavery. The targeted age of those trapped in sex slavery is 11 to 16 years old. As we looked closer at Iowa, we found that there are 300 runaways per month, and on average, 100 of these kids are approached by sex traffickers in the first 48 hours. So you may ask, why is this happening? This is happening because the demand is extremely high. The payout is very lucrative, and the criminals have a low chance of being caught or prosecuted. One girl or boy can bring up to $300,000 per year to their captors.
Wow, amazing numbers, and again, even happening here in the state of Iowa.
Kind of scary statistics.
Yes.
So what are people doing to step up and try to put an end to this? Well, it's called Break the Cycle 200, and two incredible people joining us. A familiar face you've seen here before talking about this event. That is Rocky Vest. Thank you for being here. But also, Sarah, thank you very much for being here. Sarah, for being here as well. Okay, we have an event coming up that people need to know about. What's going on?
Yeah, so on Friday, there's a bunch of crazy cyclists that are going to ride.
Yes, you throw that right up front,
All the crazy cyclists.
Well, you got to be nuts to ride your bike 200 miles in one day, but that's what we're doing.
200 miles in a day.
Yeah.
And and again, we're trying to break the cycle, isn't that the whole idea?
Right. So on that note, this year we have a bold new initiative. We're actually trying to hire a private investigator who has former military experience to work alongside our U.S. Attorney Mark Crickbaum in order to make the case against buyers and the sellers of trafficking here in the state of Iowa.
Wow.
So you guys are, because you've been, how long has this been around? Because it's been a few years.
Since 2011.
2011. And it's amazing because people are coming together, cyclists, runners this year as well, making a difference, making something known so people can either participate or they can donate to someone that's participating, but they might be saying, okay, where's this money going?
Sure.
And you're saying we are making a difference because look at what we're doing next.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we for many years actually that was a point of frustration because we wanted to get involved, and so we started with this platform of running 200-mile relays or riding our bikes all one day, and people asked us why. We say, well, there's this issue, then we would support safe houses.
Okay.
But ultimately, to address this issue, you need to reduce the problem, you need to recover the people out of these situations, help restore them, and then there needs to be reform publicly. Right, so those are the 4 R's of fighting human trafficking. And so this year, instead of only being involved in the restorative efforts, we're going straight at the reduce and recover. Right, we want to reduce the issue by busting the guys who are creating that demand for sex trafficking.
Yeah, and it's such a scary thing to think that that's happening here in our backyard.
Have we made any progress over the past several years or not?
Absolutely, absolutely. So right here, even in Johnston, they have really taken a bold initiative to start inspecting parlors, like the Asian massage parlors, if you will. And sure enough, there are police officers who are going in. Now they have stories of how they've been able to rescue people out of that kind of trafficking. Now, don't get me wrong. Not all Asian parlors
we understand.
Right. But there's a high proclivity in that particular business, and so hey, there's things right here in front of us that we can do, and so we are making headway. But the problem is so huge.
Do you think part of the thing that's helping is just being made more aware of this going on in the state of Iowa? Because to be honest, before we start talking about this a while back, I was oblivious to this going on.
Well, right. So we get that a lot, and then Tara can even talk about from her perspective why she's getting involved. But yeah, it's that becoming aware, and once you're aware, you can't just not do something. Right, to know that it's 11-year-olds. I mean, just let that sink in for just a little bit. I know 11-year-olds, and it breaks my heart every time.
Yeah, to think about what might be happening. So Tara, let's talk about this. It's one thing when I think about someone biking 200 miles. It's another when someone is running 200 miles. What in the world are you thinking?
That's even more nuts.
Well, we are thinking that it is nuts, and we are thinking that it's going to be a painful process. It's going to be really challenging, but that's what we want it to be. We want it to be a challenging, painful process because that's what these women and children are going through.
That's right.
And it reminds you, like, why would you do this thing? Why are we letting this happen? And so when we do something like that, what can you do about it? And so God gave us 2 strong legs to bike or run, and so we want to make a difference, and we'll sacrifice that physically so that we can help those people that are oppressed that don't have a voice.
Absolutely. We're going to talk more about how this organization is continuing to grow and expand, but let's talk about what's coming up this Friday. I know we have some images of years past events, because you start here in Des Moines, or I should say West Des Moines, over at Valley Church, bright and early Friday morning, and then you guys get on your bikes and you go north.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And not to only focus on the bike, the run, that's even crazier. They start the night before.
The night before!
We talked about this is happening on Friday, and they go, well, actually Thursday is when because it takes you a little longer to run, doesn't it? A touch longer. How long will we be running 200 miles?
Well, we're running it as a relay. So I have 10 courageous women on my team, some very avid runners.
A round of applause for them.
Thank you. They're awesome. And we all wanted to make a difference. And so we'll start Thursday night. We have a dinner at 5:30, and then we'll start Thursday night at 6:30, and we'll run all through Thursday night into Friday, all through Friday throughout the day till we get to Okoboji.
As I say, and if you recognize some of those images, you do end up in Okoboji as people are holding a sign saying, I just biked 200 miles to do something about human trafficking. So can people still join in, or is it at this point just if you'd like to make a donation towards the people that are doing this feat?
Right, yeah, I mean, everything is set. I mean, there may be some people who just really want to hurt themselves right on Thursday to join the craziness, but ultimately the best way to make a difference is to donate, is to give, and then to become aware. Walk through our website or watch the video, or even you know what, you guys, or even contact us. Come out on Thursday night. We have a great speaker. One of our strategic partners is Hope for Justice, based out of Nashville. Their executive director for North America will be coming together to talk about what the details are for bringing a private investigator alongside our current law enforcement efforts to make a difference, to help break the cycle, if you will, of human trafficking right here in Iowa.
I love that. You are breaking the cycle. There's the website that you definitely need to go check out. It's an incredible website. Let's talk about how you guys are ever expanding, because people might be out there and saying, hey, I want to participate, but that seems a little daunting for me. At some point, people are going to be able to participate on their own will, correct?
Oh,
their own time.
Well, so that's actually a beta phase right now. So more to come.
Okay.
But the concept is this: we're calling it Any 200, right? And so this will be app-based, and it'll take about a minute and a half to sign up. And then there's a lot of people who maybe don't want to ride or able to make our event and ride their bikes or run relay 200 miles within
at one time.
At one time. But you can do it. So what I really want to do is I want to say there's a lot of moms out there who are out there jogging with their kids, and they see this and they're inspired, they want to do it, but they have too many other obligations. But this is something they can pace out. Say you could do 200 miles over a week, or maybe there's someone who isn't at quite that level and say, well, I want to do mine over a month, or I want to swim 200 miles, right? And so really gives
different
people
options.
Yeah, it gives you the ability just to on your own, and then you have a platform to talk about this through, you know, online media channels, and then people can give as you're doing your miles.
And awareness, again, that's what we're talking about. Awareness, that's the key here. And you talked about moms. Heck, for some moms, 200 miles might be accomplished in about 2 days.
Well, right,
that they do, Put a little pedometer on her. So, but again, this is the whole idea: is to get the message out. And we've heard this message. I said before, if you see something, say something, because it really does make a difference, doesn't it?
That's absolutely right. And so also, it's just a matter of knowing what to look for. And quite honestly, I'm not even an expert on that. But there are great guys like Mike Furjack. You can Google his name, look up what he has to say. He calls it the absence of normal.
Right.
And I'm not a police officer. I'm not in the PI world, but you can kind of tell whenever there's someone who's hovering over a child that doesn't belong with that person and controlling them. And then, that's another thing. We've actually supported great efforts by Mike to educate our first responders, police officers, medical personnel, and so people who are being trafficked come through these channels oftentimes, and yet you think, I got a little weird feeling about this. I don't know what to do about it. I can't tell you enough about how Mike has really helped educate on that.
Breaking that cycle,
right, getting all of these areas to help disrupt the business model, if you will. If we can do that, I really do believe we can actually stop trafficking, not only right here as the model, I believe, but also throughout the United States and onward.
Well, let's start right here. Break the Cycle 200. Check them out online, please, and also on social media. Good luck to both of you later on this week, and thank you for the great work you're doing.
Thank you.